What if the biggest problem stopping people from booking with your business isn't your website or your ads, but something so simple that most business owners never even think to check it? Here's what happens to way too many service business owners. People find your business online. They like what they see. They want to book with you. But then something goes wrong in that booking step, and they just disappear. You have no idea why they didn't follow through, and you're left wondering what you did wrong. In this video, we're going to look at how one skincare business called SkinFuture figured out this exact problem and used one simple change to double how many people they could see each day. They also increased their sales by 40%. You'll also find out the 3 biggest problems in most booking systems that are probably losing you customers right now, and simple ways to fix them without making your life more complicated. And with that said, let's dive right in. Most business owners spend all their time trying to get more people to find them. They work on their website, try different ads, or post more on social media. But here's what happened with SkinFuture, and what might be happening to you too. Think about how someone books with your business right now. Do they have to call you during work hours? Do they have to send emails back and forth to find a time? Do they have to wait for you to get back to them before they know if you're available? SkinFuture is a skincare clinic in Northern Ireland with 3 staff members. For years, they were doing everything with pen and paper. When someone wanted to book, the staff had to check the paper calendar, write things down by hand, and try to remember all the details later. This created some big problems. It was hard to keep track of appointments over time. Staff made mistakes because everything was written by hand. And worst of all, they were wasting hours every day just managing the booking process instead of helping customers or growing the business. But the biggest problem was this. They were booking every appointment for 2 hours, no matter what. Whether someone needed a 30-minute treatment or a 90-minute treatment, they blocked off 2 hours. This meant they could only see a few people each day, even when they had time for more. Here's the thing, though. Every extra step someone has to take to book with you means some people will give up and go somewhere else. Every time someone calls and gets voicemail. Every time they send an email and have to wait for an answer. Every time the process feels complicated or slow, that's a potential customer walking away. But even worse, when people do manage to book with you, a bad system makes them worry. They start thinking, are these people organized? Will they remember I'm coming? Did I pick the right business? This was exactly what SkinFuture was dealing with. Their paper system meant they could only book people during certain times. They couldn't let people book outside of business hours. And because they didn't have good records of what each customer had done before, every visit felt like starting over. Last-minute cancellations were also a big problem because they had no way to remind people about their appointments automatically. SkinFuture. Instead of thinking about their booking system as just paperwork, they started thinking about it as part of getting and keeping customers. They switched to Square Appointments, which is booking software that works online. But the important thing isn't what software they used, it's how they thought about the problem differently. First, they made it so people could book anytime, day or night. No more waiting for business hours. No more playing phone tag. Second, they set up automatic reminders. This wasn't just to stop no-shows. It was to keep people excited about their appointment and feeling confident that the business was professional. Third, they made sure all customer information was in one place. When someone came in, the staff could see everything about their previous visits. This made every customer feel remembered and important. But here's the biggest change. Instead of booking everything for 2 hours, they started booking each service for exactly how long it actually takes. A 30-minute facial got a 30-minute slot. A 90-minute treatment got a 90-minute slot. When SkinFuture made these changes, they doubled how many people they could see each day. But that's not the most important part. The key was in how they used their time. Before, they were wasting huge chunks of time with those 2-hour blocks for everything. After the change, they could fit the right treatment into the right amount of time and still have time to clean up between customers. This simple change meant they could help twice as many people without working longer hours. They also saw their sales go up by 40%. This happened because customers were happier. When people can book easily, when they get reminders, when staff remember their preferences, they come back more often and tell their friends. But what really mattered for the business owner and staff was that they stopped spending hours every day on booking tasks. Instead of managing a paper calendar and chasing people down, they could focus on things that actually help the business grow, like staying in touch with customers and marketing. So based on what we learned from SkinFuture's story, there are 3 big problems that most service businesses have with their booking process. You probably have at least one of these right now. The first problem is making it too hard for people to book with you. If someone gets excited about working with you but then has to wait or jump through hoops to actually book, many of them will change their minds or find someone else. Another problem you'll find is poor communication after someone books. When people book with you and then don't hear anything until the day of their appointment, they start to worry. They wonder if you forgot about them or if you're really as professional as they hoped. The third one is not having customer information ready when they come in. When returning customers have to repeat their information or preferences every time, it tells them they're just another transaction to you. But when you remember what they liked last time, it makes them feel special and builds trust. Here's something most business advice gets wrong. They focus on getting people's attention, but ignore what happens after people say they want to work with you. You can have the best website in the world, but if your booking process is broken, you're just sending more people to a bad experience. What SkinFuture learned is that marketing isn't just about getting people interested. It's about making the whole experience smooth from start to finish. Their booking system became something that made them better than their competition, because it showed customers what kind of service they could expect. This is especially important for service businesses, because you're not just selling a product. You're selling an experience and a relationship. Every interaction matters, and your booking process is often the first real interaction people have with how your business actually works. The good news is that what SkinFuture did isn't complicated or expensive. You don't need a big team or a huge budget. You just need to stop thinking about booking as separate from your marketing and start seeing it as what it really is: a key part of turning interested people into paying customers. Start by looking at your current process honestly. How many steps does someone have to take to book with you? How much back and forth is involved? What happens between when they book and when they show up? Where might people get frustrated or confused? Then look for ways to make it simpler and more automatic. This doesn't mean losing your personal touch. It means using tools to handle the administrative parts so you can focus on the relationship parts. Most importantly, remember that every improvement you make to your booking process doesn't just help you get more customers. It helps you take better care of the customers you do get, which leads to more repeat business, more referrals, and more sustainable growth. The lesson from SkinFuture isn't really about appointment software. It's about understanding that your customer's experience doesn't end when they decide to work with you. It starts there. When you fix the problems in your booking process, you're not just solving a paperwork issue. You're creating an advantage that builds over time. Better booking leads to happier customers, which leads to more referrals, which leads to more bookings, which leads to more growth. I want to be clear, I have no connection to SkinFuture or Square Appointments. This is just a real example of how one business figured out a problem that many service businesses struggle with. If you would like a quick 5-minute audit of your process to spot the areas that you can test and improve upon, check out the free downloadable checklist especially made for service businesses with smaller teams. It's meant to help you trace the problems in your own business and identify what your next steps should be to solve them. This way, you can make changes to those exact areas of your customer process and understand your customers better. This way, you'll be more likely to get better results from your marketing efforts, even with the same number of people finding you. The link is in the description below. This has been Rita with ClicksandThings.com. See you in the next one.